Hello, my name is Leo and welcome to a new day in Daggerfall, although particularly we are actually in Anti-Claire. Yeah, that's the town you're in. Alright, let's have a quick look at the things that I found today. Now, I've actually just realized that I've gone a bit too far. I think I've currently, like, gone up to the 7th, I think. Is it still the 4th? It's still the 4th. Okay, so we came across Masterford Farmstead here. This is just a shitty little farm. A big old bunch of cows. And quite a lot of people. Why are there so many people here? It's crazy. Anyway, moving on. Clearly gonna tell my story today. Oh yeah. Sure, I haven't forgotten most of it. Well, it's kind of in my mind. Oh yeah, then I came across it's still the 4th. Came across Stocklex, which is a very large city. What did I do here? I feel like I put shit in the bank. I did. Yeah, I sold some stuff, not a lot, and I put stuff in the bank, and I realized something. And I already read this, I think, in the manual or somewhere, but I'd forgotten it. Is that each province has its own map. That's idiot. Let me try it again. Each province has its own bank. So what that means is, all the money that I put in Daggerfall, like, I don't know, however much was in there, that can't be accessed outside of Daggerfall. And I dumped a bunch of stuff in a bank in Anticlair, and that won't be able to be accessed outside of Anticlair. So that's kind of shit. Although, I just realized something. What you could do is you could, instead of putting it into the bank, you could make it into a letter of credit. And use the letter of credit to, which weighs nothing, to put into a bank at the province that you want to buy something at. Oh, that's a fucking good idea. Well, it's too late now, because I'm already like way beyond Anticlair now. Oh well. Alright, where do we go to next? I got this saved, but I don't know why I saved it. Because there's nothing here. I'm not entirely sure why I made that save. But then, so wait, go back. Was that 0? Wait, that's tomorrow. Or maybe that's why I saved it. Because it's tomorrow. And then now, the save that I've currently got, it's actually 2 PM on the 7th. So what that basically means is, today I'm going to tell my story about Kobe, and then, hang on, let me work that in my head. Yeah, tomorrow, and maybe the next day, we'll be reading the book. We'll read a book, okay. So I came in here because I was just about to pass out from stamina loss. And I'd used up all my magic already to boost my stamina. So I came here to sleep for the night. Although I did forget, I totally forgot that I could technically use this guy. Because it actually weighs 15 kilograms. So I should probably use it because it boosts your stamina. Yeah, I mean, it gives you back stamina. There's one other magical item here. This one. It says that it enhances Dragonish, but I don't know how, because you don't use it, you don't equip it, and I dropped it on the ground before, and my Dragonish, which is now 4 with the book, was still 4 without the book. So I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't have any gold either. No, because you put it all in the bank like an idiot. Ah, well. So anyway, shall we tell the story while I write on the source? Yeah, sure, okay. Let's make forward 0. And get my automatic writing device. So I want to run in this direction. Show everyone where you are right now. We're here, all the way here now. So we went past Shagor, Anti-Clear. I was in Urovus, but that was very short. I think I went, and now I'm in Dwanian. Yeah, I think I crossed, because what am I going? I'm going east-northeast at the moment, so I'm here. So I would have, like, yeah, I guess gone through that way. And then next I'll probably get to whatever that province is, and then move on to that province, which is Cambria, and then we'll be in North Roman Mountains. Although when we get to Cambria, it might be better to go more east than you currently are, because that where I need to go is like just northeast of that lake. God, Wolfie, shut the fuck up! Fuck! Okay. Let's get my automatic running device going. Yeah. Good times. Yeah, so anyway. Let's talk about Kobe. So, God, what day did I go there? Wednesday, yeah. So Wednesday I had to go to Kobe. I had an appointment at, what was it, 10:30 in the morning. And it's about an hour, it's about a 2-hour drive there. So I'm like, oh, fuck me. So I had to get up at like 8 in the morning, which wasn't fun. I can tell you that for free. But anyway, I got up and we drove. And we got to Kobe at about 10 o'clock, which is good, because the wife wanted a coffee, and we needed to get petrol for the trip back, and I had to work in the city, not Kobe. I had to work back at my where I'm living, my hometown, at 4:30. 4:30. So okay, we got an appointment for 10:30. Alright, 4:30. It takes about 2 hours to get back, so if we leave at about 2:30, we'll be good. It's 4 hours. That's plenty of time. So I've got to skip the continuity here and just say that I ended up getting home. I ended up getting back to the city just in time to start work. Like was I late? I wasn't late. I was like 5 minutes before I had to start. Oh man, and I was fucking tired. And then later, I had like a 1 hour break. So I went out. I drove to like a car park out in the middle of nowhere, and I just like slept in the car for like an hour. I set my alarm, which is this like beep beep beep, like really loud alarm. And I slept through that, and I also slept through the waifu calling me saying, "Where the fuck are you? You're supposed to be working now." I'm like, oh shit! Hopefully someone was able to cover for me. Because I totally slept through the entire fucking thing. Anyway, got to Kobe, right? Got to Kobe, filled up petrol, which was friggin' expensive as fuck. It was super duper expensive. Kobe, I've never been to Kobe before, but, you know, like most major Japanese cities, like the main metropolitan area, they all look the same. It's just a big road with, you know, like lots of like temporary parking spaces and stuff. So we had to park in a temporary car park and then walk down to where I needed to go. Now I was actually going to a hospital for well, one of the things that I had to do today was I had to get a blood test, which fuck, I hate blood tests. Because Japanese fucking hospitals have this weird obsession with taking your blood. Oh god, every fucking time I go to a hospital, they give me a fucking blood test. In Australia, I hardly ever had blood tests. But every time, go for a standard checkup, they take like fucking a liter of goddamn blood. Fuck. Remember one time, it was like a, not free, but heavily discounted, like subsidized, like yearly checkup thing where like a little like portable vans would roll up to the community center and you could go there and get, you know, checked out. And they took so much of my blood. They had 3 vials. One of them was like twice as long as the other. I don't know how much that was in like cc's or milliliters or whatever. But they took so much fucking blood that I passed out. I'm like, do you have enough blood now? All they were doing was just standard blood tests. Why did they need 3 separate fucking vials? And why did each vial need to have so much fucking blood in it? Oh. I literally fucking passed out. It was... Well, I didn't actually lose consciousness, but I did, like, kind of, like... I was very lightheaded and I kind of had to lie down for a while. Fuck. Anyway, whatever. Back to my Kobe story, right? So we get to this clinic, right? We're at this clinic, and okay, next is my next gripe, okay? My first gripe was how much blood they take at you when you go to the hospital. The second fucking thing is, I think I've mentioned this before, how much I hate the fucking reservation system, or lack thereof, in Japanese clinics. Because we had an appointment for 10:30, right? Guess when we actually saw the doctor? Wait, I actually forgot. Hang on, let me think about this for a second. Hang on, I gotta think. Because we ended up leaving. We ended up getting out of freaking Kobe, well, out of the clinic at like 2:15 p.m. I think it was something like that. I know for... Wait, I gotta think about this. I think it was midday. It was either midday, 12:30, or 1 p.m. It was... Whatever it was fucking bananas. We waited in the fucking waiting room for like 2 hours there or thereabouts. Like... Why? Why is that? Okay, we were the second appointment of the day. The first appointment was at 10 a.m. We were at 10:30 a.m. Why? And the next part was, when I looked at the board, they show you all the appointments. And there are 2 appointments for 10:30. There were 4 appointments for 11 o'clock. Why? Okay, maybe I'm being ignorant, but I'm pretty sure that in Australia, when you say, I need to see the doctor, I'm like, okay, when do you want to come in? How about Thursday? The nurse would go, well, the receptionist rather, would look at the schedule, and the schedule would be, like, organized, like, with each person having a separate time slot. And let's say you're coming in for just a quick check-up. You know, they would allot, you know, 10 to 20 minutes, or maybe 10 to 20 minutes, yeah, for that time slot. So the next available time would be 20 minutes later. And then they would, you know, and if you're there for like a long time, they'd say, okay, we'll give this person an hour. So the next available time will be, you know, oh, this appointment's for 12 o'clock. That's an hour. So the next available time is 1 o'clock. But they had 4 people in a half an hour gap, in a half an hour time slot. Clearly, that's not going to work. You can't fit 4 people, even if they're just in there for quick checkups. Or maybe if they were quick checkups, you could do it. But it was ridiculous. And I only had to do, at the end of the day, I didn't know this when we first came in there, but I only had to do 3 things there. Okay? It was a short, less than 5-minute consultation with the doctor, which was nothing. The blood test, which took like 5 minutes. Granted, it took longer than a regular person, because I don't know why, but they always have a hard time trying to find my veins. And then the third thing, which I'll get to later. Which granted, would take, I don't know, depending on how good you are at it, I guess, up to 30 minutes. I suppose let's give it 30 minutes. So the whole thing should have been done in an hour fucking tops. We should have been in there at 10:30, see the doctor, get the blood test, do the last thing, get out there at 11:30, have time to maybe look around Kobe, I don't know, and then drive back and have time to rest before I have to go to work. But again, as it stood, we didn't even see the doctor for the initial consultation. That was fucking nothing, by the way. And I was watching those, there were 3 rooms, and I was watching the room that we went into, and there was no fucking person in that room. The entire 2 hours. What the fuck were they doing? Anyway, well that's actually not true. I think there was someone coming in and out, but whatever. So we had the consultation, right? And then after the consultation, we waited another, I don't know, 15 to half an hour. Until the blood test. I'm like, what the fuck? Just get me in there, jab my arm, take my blood, for fuck's sake. You can do the blood test before the doctor's consultation. There's like 1 million nurses here. I don't know how many doctors there were. There clearly weren't that many. Right? Clearly if you got this, there were tons of patients in the waiting room. It was huge. It was a huge fucking waiting room. If you got this many fucking patients, you got this many fucking appointments, why don't you get more fucking doctors, you idiot? You got all these nurses, just jab my fucking arm. And then there's the third thing. So, the third thing was they had to do a sperm test. They had to check my sperm. I've never done this before. So, I was like, oh, this is gonna be awkward. And again, I could have done that first. I could have, like, the moment we got in there at 10:30, I could have been there, you know, doing my thing, and that could have been done well before we saw the doctor and the blood test. We could have done that. We could have done the blood test, saw the doctor, and then we would have been out. And we would have at least been out, you know, with 2 hours to spare, or maybe an hour to spare, or thereabouts. But instead, we waited for 2 fucking hours to see the doctor, and then we had to wait for the blood test, and then I had to wait like half an hour for the freaking sperm test. Dude, when I actually went in, because there was a separate office to do the sperm test. I had to go to like a IVF or whatever clinic, which was just down the road, just down the corridor, but whatever. There was no one in there. It was empty. There were like 3 rooms for people to do their thing. They were all empty. There was no one in there. Just put me in a fucking room and let me jizz into a cup. Fuck. Anyway. It fucking infuriated me so much. Let's talk about the sperm test. Okay. The first thing was, went into this little, like, empty clinic that almost had the lights off. I had to write the waifu's name 3 times in kanji, twice on the cup, once on a plastic bag, and another on a release form. It took a while. Anyway, they took me to the room. The room is the smallest fucking room you could ever imagine. Imagine a closet with a small table and a chair in it. And that is the room. I'm like, I like, the nurse said, Bible, I'm like, okay, I know what I have to do. I can't even understand what you're saying. Just, okay. There's the DVDs, there's the DVD player, there's the remote. Thanks, I know how to use a remote, thank you. Okay, goodbye, thanks, I can close it all. I'm like, oh god. I really don't want to touch anything in this fucking room. Okay? But, here's the thing. It was already, like, late as shit. And I was like, fuck, I need to do this as quickly as possible. If I had the time, I could just, you know, go to my spank bank in my mind and just do what I need to do without having to really touch anything. But I didn't have that luxury, so, okay, fine, let's look at these fucking DVDs. So I opened the thing that's got all the DVDs in it. They're all like in like just clear, like disposable plastic cases. And I'm like, alright, fine. Let's pick one that's not like just obviously some bullshit Ravature like thing. So I picked one. Like I'm like, okay, alright, put this in. Let's see what we got. Alright. And I started and it was exactly what I feared it was. It was an interview with a woman. And they were just talking to her. And I'm like, no, I can't. No. I fast forward. I had it on. I had the DVD pretty much on times 4 fast forward the entire time. Oh, it was so bad. It's like, and it was all Japanese, obviously. And I've seen, you know, Japanese porn before, obviously. But the stuff you see on the internet is so much better than the fucking shitty DVDs. And it made me remember how like tight the pornography laws are, because they can't show anything. They have to like blur out, you know, the genitalia. They have to they just not show stuff. So the first 3 or 4 scenes, the first one was just an interview and that was it. The second one was, oh god, what was it? It was a chick giving a guy a blowjob, and that was it. And the third one, what was the third one? The third was a girl naked in a bath, and that was it. And then the fourth one, I think the fourth one was when they actually had fucking sex. I was skipping, but I was like an hour into the fucking, no, you were more than an hour. Dude, you were almost 2 hours into that fucking DVD. No, DVDs wouldn't be that long. Whatever, I was a decent way. I was probably almost at the end of the DVD before I actually got to something that I could watch to get myself hard to do what I needed to fucking do. And I was, I was constantly looking at my watch. I'm like, God, I've got no time. I need to do this. I need to get back to hometown. I need to go to work. So I've got the stress on my head. And it wasn't doing anything for me. It was so pathetic. And oh my, it was really bad. Cause they were like, they didn't show them going in. The camera was cut so that it wouldn't actually show what was happening. All you would see is the tops of their bodies. Can't work with this. So I finished, I did what I needed to do, and I felt like physically violated by the whole ordeal. But I did what I needed to do in a decent time, I guess. And then we got the fuck out. I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's just fucking go. No, wifey, let's go. I wanna go home. I feel like shit now. But we made it, and then what was really interesting was that the waifu, who if you've heard me ever talk about the waifu, is vehemently, what's the word I'm looking for? Vehemently jealous, right? If I am watching anime, well, I barely watch anime, but if I'm watching anime or playing a game, and there is the slightest hint of like she's wearing a bikini or she's wearing less than fully covered clothing, she'll go off at me like a bat out of heat. So heaven forbid I look at porn. But like she was totally okay with it. She's like, yeah, what you need to do, what you need to do. They got DVDs. I'm like, that's great. I'd rather you came in, but no, that wasn't allowed. I'm like, fuck. My wife came into the room. Well, it wouldn't matter. There's no fucking space in there to do anything. Ugh, God. Why do I have no magicka? It's because you fully rested. You had 100 magicka. Oh, so you had 300 magicka, but then the moment you stepped outside in the daytime, you lost half of that. What time is it, by the way? I should really save the game. Just keep saving it. So we're still in Duranian. So that was fun. You know. Oh God. Anyway. So yeah, that was Kobe, pretty much in a nutshell. Yeah, like I said, we left. I was speeding down the highway to get back, and we made it like with 5 minutes to spare, just in time. Although I ended up failing later because I took a nap for like an hour in the car, and then I ended up being like 20 minutes late for the next thing I had to do. But luckily someone covered for me, so it was good. Ah, boy. Good times, good times. Oh, I read some more Elder Scrolls books. I read the Confessions of a Thief, which I think I'll read tomorrow. Since we got nothing to do, I might as well keep walking in a straight line like I am now while we read the. No, you're an idiot. Oh, I am an idiot. We're gonna read the actual book, you dumbass. You stupid dumb fuck. Sorry. Alright. Well, I'm done talking about Kobe. So let's end the episode, I guess, even though this is a weird place to save the game. I mean, what with it not being the right day. That's true. It's fine. Alright, well, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We will read, I believe we'll read. Wait, how long is Confessions of a Thief? I just want to know. Because tomorrow I would be up for a longish book. My books aren't on my person. Of course they're not. They're in my wagon. Oh god. Okay, I think that's actually all of them. All the rest of your shit's gonna be ingredients. Do you think it would be better just to carry ingredients? Dude, you have 100. I don't know what else you're carrying right now. But I think potentially you have like 111 kilograms worth of ingredients. Are you for real? Oh, there's some more books here. But I don't think you're carrying anything else. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but... No, you are carrying 102 kilograms of just straight up, ingredients. Each thing weighs... These things weigh 0. How was that even... It says these things don't weigh 0 anyway. That's weird. Huh. Do you even have 100 things here? That's odd, actually. Chameleon Fall. Okay, the fairy. Did I read that? I think I might have read a little bit of it. I kind of gave up reading shit because I'm like, fuck, I'm so bored. Brief History of the Empire. I read the Madness of Plagueis. Already read that book. Wait, do I have 2 copies of that book? Oh, I do. Okay, I might be to sell that. Story of Lysandrius? No. Oh, actually, I should read that though. No, wait, I did read that. I did read that book. You did? Yeah. I think that was the long book, really? Jokes, Confessions of a Thief. I don't think I read that. Okay, let's see how long these books are. So how long is Confessions of a Thief? It's not that long actually. What about how long is the fairy? Oh, it's short as shit. What about this one? Fall of the Usurper. I feel like this is a super long book. Not really. Brief History of the Empire is probably long as shit. Madness of Plagueis? I don't think that's very long. Oh, okay, scratch that. It's pretty long actually. Maybe I'll read that one. And the other one you wanted to check was the Story of Lysandrius, because it is actually relevant to the story of this game. That's pretty short. Okay, I guess we'll read the Madness of Plagueis. Alright, I'd prefer to read them in order. I would actually prefer to read Confessions of a Thief. Where is that one? Alright, fine. I'll read confessions if I take tomorrow. Alrighty, well, that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow for a book reading. But for now, my name is Leo, and I'll see you next time.